You know what really makes people feel uneasy? Gets them all sick in the stomach or queasy. You know what bugs people halfway to hell? Makes them all think that they're no longer well. Well, guess what? I found the answer at last. It's poetry that doesn't rhyme. Because who wants to hear a message that doesn't sound right? Doesn't have syllables that line up nice and tight. Ones that don't clutter and fall into place. Confusing and pointless as if just a waste. Who wants to listen to words that don't fit? Who wants to hear poetry that doesn't rhyme? I'll tell you a story about a girl and a guy. And how they fell in love despite him being shy. He courted her, fancied her, treated her right, and she danced with him, twirling her feet practically light. And nobody saw what would come in the future when he left her. I'll tell you the story about a long-distance runner who trained for her life so she could avoid the gutter. And she ran every day and worked her absolute hardest. She always gave her effort to keep herself modest. She signed up for her race with high hopes in hand and sat down and cried when she got 12. I'll tell you the story about a man with a dream who started to paint so he could let off some steam. Then he saw the product and got all excited. This is what I want to do, he said, delighted. He worked every night to put himself through college. A waiter by night, but by day absorbed knowledge. He tried his hardest to paint a beautiful sight and later starved to death when nobody bought any of his work. I think I know why you cringe at the end, where there are words that just sit there, but you somehow can't mend. Where the story turns sour and the ending grows dark and reality steals the words you held to your heart. I think I know why you can't accept this misplacement, why you try so hard to uncover a replacement, why the part of your brain that sits quietly inside suddenly screams at the point where the words split wide. It's because of the way that the world works its magic, the wishing, the hoping, the end that's not tragic. We as humans always hope for the best end and hold true to our hearts that our souls can transcend, that everyone everywhere ends up just happy, and everyone gets along perfectly snappy, and the world rotates on with nobody sad, and nothing that people bump into is bad. But I'm sorry to say that's not how it works. And the world won't recognize your full worth. And people don't always end their lives happy, and not everybody gets along perfectly snappy, because at some point in some time for everyone somewhere, you'll end up with a future where not everything's fair. And when that happens and happiness is nowhere to be found, just know that's why there's poetry that doesn't rhyme.